JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, woman charged with extortion and public mischief after fake kidnapping. A Kingston woman was arrested and charged with extortion and creating public mischief on Tuesday after she allegedly conspired with her accomplices to give the impression that she had been kidnapped. The woman, 27-year-old Jamaica Miller, is a customer service representative of Phase 1, Seaview Gardens, Kingston 11. Allegations are that about 4:45 p.m. on Monday, July 4, Miller falsely conspired with her accomplices by stating that she had been kidnapped while demanding money from her family members for her release. It is further alleged that she sent her family members video footage with a gun pointed at her head. When her demands were not met, she reported that she was released on Spanish Town Road, Kingston 11. An investigation was launched and it was theorized that the allegations were false. She was arrested and interviewed in the presence of her attorney, after which she was charged, police said. Her court date has not been finalized. Man accused of pistol whipping relative eludes cops but leaves gun behind. A Montego Bay man accused of pistol whipping a family member managed to elude a team of cops who attempted to apprehend him early Thursday morning, leaving behind a bag containing an illegal gun and ammunition. Reports are that about 11:40 Wednesday night, the Ramble police received a complaint from a male resident accusing a family member of attacking him and beating him with a firearm. The complainant was assisted to hospital. Shortly after 12 a.m., members of the Montego Bay Quick Response Team reportedly spotted the accused with a black strap bag slung over his shoulders in the company of several other men in a section of Ramble. On the approach of the police, the man reportedly dropped the bag and ran, managing to escape the lawmen who gave chase. The bag was retrieved and was found to contain a black-handled silver 9mm pistol with serial number and model not visible, loaded with 3 live 9mm rounds. Woman murdered at Manningsdale Road bar. A woman was gunned down at her bar along Manningsdale Road in St. Andrew last night. She is 58-year-old Iselin Tamasa, otherwise called Rosie. It is reported that about 9:45 p.m., residents heard explosions and summoned the police. She was found dead in a chair at the entrance of the bar. The murder has been probed by the St. Andrew North Police. Taximan stabbed to death over passenger in Popcaan. A quarrel between 2 taxi operators in Popcaan Square in Kingston on Wednesday ended deadly. The deceased man has been identified as 38-year-old Kemal Stewart of Kintyre, Kingston 7. Police reports are that Stewart was at the Popcaan Square when an argument developed between him and another taxi operator over a passenger. During the tussle, Stewart received stab wounds to his chest area. He was rushed to the University Hospital of the West Indies to receive treatment. He later succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead. On Tuesday, Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson urged citizens to seek help from the police whenever conflicts arise. Fingers pointed at public officials in gun importation. Chairman of the Integrity Commission, retired Justice Seymour Panton, says some public officials at the country's ports, or those who have a hand in those operations, may be facilitating the importation of illegal weapons and contributing to the high levels of violence and murders plaguing the island. Illegal guns are playing a significant role in the murders and serious bodily harm that are now commonplace. Our established ports of entry have been identified as venues through which significant numbers of these weapons of death pass. If the police reports are true, and I have no reason to doubt them, it means that there are persons working at some, if not all of our ports, who are facilitating this activity. This is corruption of the highest order. Some of these persons may be public officials. They may also be public officials who do not work at the ports, but who have a hand in these matters. The chairman said in his remarks in the Commission's 2021-2022 annual report, which was laid before Parliament on Tuesday. He urged informants to come forward and give information to the Commission that could help identify and arrest these officials. The nation is bleeding, Panton said. Meanwhile, he said the Commission would not let up on its repeated request for changes to be made to Sections 53 and 56 of the Integrity Commission Act, which prohibits it from communicating to the public even the mere fact of whether an investigation is underway into matters. The Commission is firmly of the view that this is a serious impediment to good governance. Given the mandate of the Commission, the right to communicate ought to be concomitant. It is clearly ridiculous that whereas the police, quite rightly, can say that they're investigating a criminal matter, the Integrity Commission is not allowed to say so, or is not, investigating a matter that does not involve criminality. The Commission will, therefore, continue to impress on Parliament the need to make the necessary amendments. And I wish at the same time to assure the public that every allegation or complaint made to the Commission is treated seriously and dealt with in confidence, the Commission chairman said. In his remarks, Executive Director Greg Christie said Jamaica must accept that it has a serious corruption perception problem, as indicated by its 70th place ranking on Transparency International's Corruption Perception Index, CPI, having slipped one spot between the 2020 ranking of 69. Jamaica has a score of 44 out of 100. A persistently low CPI such as Jamaica's signals prevalent bribery, lack of punishment for corruption, and public institutions that do not respond to citizens' needs. Instructively, TI, in its January 2022 report, said this about Jamaica. Jamaica has been struggling for several years. It has made some progress. However, this has come alongside significant resistance to anti-corruption reforms from many politicians in the country. The statement, coming from the world's leading and most respected anti-corruption watchdog, is concerning, Christie said. He argued that if a country's anti-corruption laws are weak, its anti-corruption agency will never be strong or truly effective. Man charged after dog bites 10-year-old. A corporate era man who is being prosecuted under the newly enacted Dog Liability Surtax Act has been told that he may be liable for the injuries caused to a 10-year-old boy who was bitten by one of two mongrel dogs that were on his premises. The man, Ron Mallet, pleaded not guilty to dog bite as he insisted that the animals did not belong to him. "I'm sorry about it, but those dogs just come on my premises. It's not my dog. Them just come on my premises," Mallet told Parish Judge Venice Blackstock Murray. It is alleged that the child was sent to a nearby shop by his mother. When upon returning home, he passed Mallet's yard. He indicated that the yard had no fence, and the two dogs in the yard attacked him, with one biting him on his leg. The child was assisted to the hospital, and the medical report, which was read in court, stated that a deep laceration to the left thigh was observed secondary to a dog bite. However, prosecutors contended that Mallet is liable for the injuries the child sustained. "I know what he's saying, Your Honor, but we can't go to trial because when you feed the dog stay at your premises," the prosecutor indicated, while suggesting that persons in the court should read the new Dog Liability Surtax Act, which was passed in 2020. Under the legislation, the occupier of any premises where a dog is kept or permitted to live or remain is presumed to be the owner of the dog. Blackstock Murray adjourned the matter for Mallet to secure legal representation as well as to allow the prosecution to complete its file. The accused is to return to court on September 1. Interpol notice warning of drugs passed may be source of Popcaan's woes. An international criminal police organization, Interpol Green Notice, alerting authorities to a drugs-related conviction, may have led to the immigration issues faced by Jamaican dancehall artist Popcaan in the United Kingdom on Tuesday. A green notice, according to the global body, is issued to member countries to provide warning about a person's criminal activities where the person is considered to be a possible threat to public safety. Attorney at law Bert Samuels has asserted that for some time now his client has been the subject of questioning by immigration personnel in the UK to what he says is a red alert placed against his name by the Jamaican government. The Jamaica Constabulary Force says it has not issued a stop order for the artist, echoing a statement issued earlier from Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Commissioner Johnson Smith that said the government had nothing to do with the artist's stop and check at the Heathrow Airport in London. She said Popcaan has been released. Samuels, however, is rejecting claims that the government has nothing to do with how British immigration authorities deal with his client. It is obvious that it is not a British problem. So who is it? Let the jury come in with the verdict, he said, noting that it was obvious who was. He argued that his client's UK visa would have been revoked if the British government had fought with him. The Jamaican police say Interpol issued the green notice on the entertainer in 2015. It was reconfirmed in 2018. Popcaan, whose birth name is Andre Sutherland, was convicted in 2009 in Barbados for possession of marijuana and subsequently deported to Jamaica. He was again arrested in Barbados in 2011 for possession of cocaine, the JCF said in a statement Wednesday. Arising from those arrests and other intelligence gathered, a green notice was generated, it says. The JCF says the notice does not request any specific law enforcement action be taken against the subject. It merely acts as an advisory to local law enforcement that the subject of the notice has been in contact with the law elsewhere. It also added that travelers may be subjected to secondary security screening at international airports for a variety of reasons, and these reasons fall completely within the purview of the local authorities in those respective jurisdictions. On Tuesday, Popcaan spent almost 4 hours in interrogation. Samos received a call Wednesday from the Jamaican High Commission in London that officials there will be helping the entertainer, who lamented enduring embarrassment whenever he travels to England. According to his attorney, Popcaan had been subjected to interrogation by British immigration personnel on at least 10 previous occasions, whether as an in-transit passenger or a visitor to the country. Jamaica reports 134 new COVID cases, 1 death. Jamaica reported 134 new cases of COVID-19 and 1 more fatality on Wednesday, July 6, according to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This pushed the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 143,610 and the death toll to 3,148. Of the newly reported cases, there were 76 females and 58 males, with ages ranging from 40 days to 98 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 39, St. Catherine 41, Clarendon 18, St. James 2, St. Thomas 2, Westmoreland 5, St. Elizabeth 8, Trelawney 3, Manchester 6, Portland 3, St. Mary 4, and St. Anne 3. Meanwhile, the latest reported fatality is that of a 50-year-old man from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in September 2021. The country also recorded 79 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 91,438. The positivity rate for the latest round of testing was 19%. There are 92 people hospitalized, 2 of them critically ill. There are 1,499 confirmed active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.